C1. You are listening at FameTV.info. Su Momo looked at the man in front of him with a misty look. At this moment, if she were to fall into hell with him just like that, she would be willing to do so. He seemed to know of her little hobby, always indulging himself even more at this moment, letting her enjoy his enchanting expression to the fullest before hugging her tightly. Sometimes, Su Momo was especially confused. He always had a gentle and cold look on his face, while words that were difficult to speak on the bed appeared on this man's body. After getting off the bed, he immediately disappeared. His calmness and coolness were completely different from before. Another night that he barely slept, but Su Momo had to wake up early in the morning. The man beside her woke up from his stupor, and being the most defenseless person in the room, he asked in a hazy voice, "Why are you here so early? There's a lesson." "Nope." She yawned and shot an angry glance at him, saying in a displeased tone, "The school's leaders are here to inspect us today. We have to be on alert." As she got off the bed, she expressed her displeasure before entering the bathroom. "I really have nothing to do after eating. Why are you going to our school for?" When he walked out of the bathroom, the man on the bed was already awake. He leaned against the bed and made a phone call. "Yeah, pick me up in 15 minutes. Su Momo curled his lips. It was extremely unbalanced, her own back ached and her legs cramped, but she was in good spirits. She wanted to squeeze into a bus, but they had a car. Why, China, City A. Su Momo was extremely sleepy the whole morning. Standing in the middle of a group of students, he looked at the school leaders and the other students surrounding the city leaders, especially the one in the middle. After all, he had to make up a number himself, so he quietly moved backwards and leaned against the wall, intending to sleep for 1 second. "Is the student against the wall not feeling well?" This voice was filled with concern, causing Su Momo, who was still in a daze, to be extremely frightened. Everyone's gaze turned towards her, all the sleepyheads flying away. Tang Mohan maintained a stern expression in front of the crowd, showing off his might without getting angry. This time, it was the same for him. It was just that Su Momo could see clearly that the man's eyes were intentionally hidden. He secretly despised her in his heart. He seemed to be in a good mood today. Otherwise, why would he use her as a guide in front of so many people? "Student, Vice Mayor Tang is asking you a question, why didn't you answer?" The principal had a kind smile on his face. The few strands of black hair on his head were symbolic, covering up the bald spot. A pair of ancient eyes that gave off a literary aura under a pair of wide, black-framed glasses revealed the traces of history. Every time Su Momo saw the principal, she would always want to help him wipe his black-rimmed glasses that was covered in dust. There was still hope for the wind to blow past and blow away his extremely high, covering up for now. Cough cough, since he felt that she wasn't feeling well, he might as well continue. "Vice Mayor Tang, Principal, I'm sorry, I had a nightmare last night. I dreamt that I was eaten by a wolf, over and over again. After waking up, I was a bit frightened." On Su Momo's face, there was even fear and unease added to it. His eyes quickly swept across the wolf that was still calm and composed. It was obvious that he had eaten his fill and was in good spirits. The headmaster was obviously very surprised by her answer, and very disappointed. Su Momo dared to bet that the principal's head would lose a bit of hair and was scared by her. Vice Mayor Tang. Our school classmates clearly have a sense of humor." The principal smiled apologetically at the leader, wondering what the young deputy mayor would say. The corner of Tang Mohan's mouth moved imperceptibly, and then, his gentle voice leaked out, "I have a dream every day. This student, I hope that the next time you dream about that wolf, you can also retaliate and eat him. However, the quality of a student's body is currently lacking. They need to train more in order to withstand the pursuit of wolves. Vice Mayor Tang has said it well. Youngsters should train their bodies more. Only with a strong and healthy body can they face the reality of society outside." The principal hastily clapped his hands and explained everything to Vice Mayor Tang. As expected of the youngest mayor of this city, His words were very profound. Su Momo lowered her head without uttering a word. At a place where no one had seen her, the corners of her lips were twitching. Reverse eating wolves, she had thought about it and tried it, but the result was that she was eaten by the wolves without leaving anything behind. She stayed in bed for the entire day. Her experience told her that for those who wanted to eat wolves, it was for Langhang. When they were about to leave the library, Leader Tang suddenly turned around and asked, "What's the name of this student?" Su Momo. Su Momo, the leader muttered her name. Just as Su Momo was wondering why he was asking such a question, he suddenly dropped a few words. "Su Momo, when we meet tonight with wolves, I hope you can show some courage." Su Momo. Come again tonight. She was scared. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.